Reed,
Yes.
Kimberly Sutton,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Item number 10, discussion and possible action on establishing a new school zone subject to ODOT approval and maintenance agreement with the city of Newcastle for Shiloh Christian Academy at Woodland Hills Baptist Church on State Highway 76 between the north side of the H.E. Bailey Turnpike Bridge extending south.
And this is an item that Vice Mayor Fulton requested be placed on the agenda. I'm sure he has been contacted about a school zone for the Shiloh Academy over there now that's at Woodland Hills Baptist Church.
Absolutely. We all know how bad the highway is, 76, even though it's being redone in a few years. Hopefully breaking ground this coming spring on 76. But the traffic counts are extremely high along 76. Also, the speed is very high and ignored a lot of times. We all know that. We also know that there's 540 accidents in a 10-year study that we did. About 170 of those with injuries and 8 deaths. And I'm not sure how many deaths have been in this area, but it is bad. There's approximately, I believe it's 140, how many kids? About 140 kids in the classrooms now. They're moving toward accreditation for their school. And I feel like we need to treat this just like a public school. It needs to be treated the same, even though it's a private school. So the school zone needs to go in. I know it's not our call, but I think we need to take the battle to ODOT for it. And that's my thoughts on that part. We've talked about in the past, decreasing the speed there, and we had a little bit of decrease in that speed through that section, if I remember. I looked at on the map on Highway 92 to try to find an example. Friends School along Highway 92 has a speed zone of about 35 miles an hour through it. That at least decreases the amount of impact if somebody does get hit.
Just a standing one, or just during school hours?
Just during school hours.
For friend?
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like that this is something that we need to push forward in our own city. I believe Middleburg has the same issue, and even though it's a public school, these are all public schools. I think we need to do this for a private school.
It's not out of the ordinary for there to be school zones for private schools. Carchie has a school zone for Holy Trinity. Kingfisher has a school zone for Peter and Paul. Norman has a school zone for Community Christian. So in city streets and on state highways, it is past policy for there to be school zones, whether it be public or private. So I think that this is definitely a need with the traffic flow, the traffic speed. I fully support anything we can do to get that done.
I think also adding on this, I'd love for it to be on the north side of the bridge on 76, passing through intersection 130, and then a set distance set by ODOT on the south side of the school, because it has to have a certain distance back. And there's also a site distance that has to be set.
Are we requesting that specific, are you saying, or?
I would like to, for at least specifically say on the north side of the bridge, and then what the standard is.
During school hours, it'll go all the way down to 25 with flashing lights?
I think we could shoot for 25. They may give us 35
Okay,
because of the other standards that's around.
well, it has a double advantage for us just slowing traffic down on 76 anyway.
I know.
Yes, it does.
A lot of people
And
get
if I
out
remember,
of 130 too.
let me get the.
A lot of people get in there at 130.
Going in and out of there, yeah.
And I know we have some representatives of the school here. Is there any public comment, Ms. Shaw?
We have approximately 7,800 cars that pass by there.
Goodness. Hi.
Make it a toll road. Sorry, Steve.
There you go. Charge it.
Part of it goes to the school. I like it. Okay. I'm Cindy Shaw, and I've been a resident of Newcastle for 50 years, so I've seen a lot of change happen around here. I am the head of school at Shiloh Christian Academy, and so I'm here to kind of speak on behalf of the school. That we're in our 6th year, and we started 6 years ago with 17 children. We have 149 this year, with the potential of having another 51 children added to the school next year. We also have an agreement with Woodland Hills to be there for 10 years, and we've had 3 of those years. So we anticipate still being there for 7 years, and are just waiting for the day that, God gives us our own place. But until then, we will continue to be there. And so of those 149 children this year, that is 104 families. And so every day, in the morning and in the afternoon, there are 104 cars leaving within about a 15 to 20 minute period there. And so on Highway 76, as you well know, it is quite a task to get everyone in and out of there. And so we do have 3 pickup and drop off zones around the church for the school, just to get everyone off the highway. But it's that pulling in and that pulling out that is so dangerous there. And so that is why we really appreciate you giving us the floor to be able to even hear our voice on this, that we would really appreciate your support in getting something done with the Department of Transportation. And we have been in contact with them, and I know that we've had some moms, some parents who've actually contacted them as well. And so we would just like to continue with that. We're willing to do whatever you need us to do on our part to make this happen, because it's not only for the safety of our own children and families, but for the safety of the community as well. And so we're willing to partner with you, come alongside you in whatever way you need us to do that. And you just let us know what we need to do on our part to make that a safer place.
Cindy, are they indicating any interest at all, or what are you hearing back from them?
The first time I talked with someone last year about it, and he was very receptive to it. He said, I'll look into that, but I never did hear back from him. And so we have had some parents call, and they may be able to speak to that if they've contacted them to see if they've actually said anything that, but they seemed, very, oh yes, because you mentioned Highway 76, and people, their ears perk up because they know that's it's a dangerous highway.
They
It
know
just
Mike.
is.
Those 2.
They've all heard from Mike already for 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah, I've
Very
been plowing
good.
one for 10 years.
I'm glad to hear that
Okay,
you haven't
that's-
heard any
wait.
really
We're missing.
That's right.
any specific against it. So sounds like another push might be good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Cindy.
for your time.
Any other public comment?
My name is Jennifer Kirby, and I have 2 sons who attend Shiloh Christian Academy. So I'm here kind of representing the parents and give you our point of view. And yes, it is scary driving down Highway 76. There's no center turn lane. There's no deceleration or acceleration lanes. There's not even a shoulder. So if you make an error, the consequences are severe. I also wanted to point out our oldest students now are 14. We might have a 15-year-old. I'm not quite sure. So they're going to be driving in another year, and they need extra protection. They're going to be newly licensed and experienced and just wanting to get to school safely. You mentioned that our surrounding communities do have provisions in their city ordinances actually to provide school zones for private schools. So we just want that same protection that our surrounding communities have already done. And this is wonderful and a new opportunity for Newcastle to get on board with everybody else around you to doing that as well. I have actually contacted Senator Jessica Garvin's office as well. So she is aware of this issue and the need for it. And she is willing to go to ODOT and help us out with that and possibly introduce statewide legislation to allow private schools to get school zone designations automatically as needed as well. So she's on top. She can help us fight for it and get this protection in our community for our children. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Can I just also state that it might be helpful to know the time period? You would actually mentioned that it's going to be something we want for all day long. Really, our drop off and pickup it would be like from 7:30 to 8:30 Monday through Thursday, and 2:30 to 3:30 on those days. And then Friday we're a half day, so still the 7:30 to 8:30 and 11:30 to 12:30 is really when we need the traffic slowed down the most. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approach ODOT.
Well, yeah, approve item number 10, which is, which includes
Yes.
ODOT approval.
Second,
Motion second for approval of item number 10.
Mike Fullerton,
Yes.
Dan Reed,
yes.
Kimberly Sutton,
Yes.
Marcy White.
Yes.
Carl Nell.
Yes. Thank you very much.